What's up, everybody? It's your boy Walking Mandu back at Wrench Trench Garage, and it is extremely early in the morning. It is right now 52 degrees. This thing says 5:30, but I think it's more like 6. But anyway, yes, we're back again. Haven't made any really good progress on this thing. However, the brakes on the truck are done. The Jaguar is done, paid for, guy's gone down the road. So I'm going to put all my concentration on this. On my little week, Hell Week thing, I'm down to about 2 or 3 days left. So I'm going to have to really step it up and get this done before I have to start going back to work. And then there's a ton of overtime that's going to have to get done due to, well, we're not going to get into that. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and, since I have the water pump, I'm going to go ahead and drain all the fluids through the water pump. I was going to do a compression check and a leak down, but, you know, if the water pump doesn't do it, then I'll go that route. But I really don't think it's got a blown head gasket. I would definitely see like bubbles or something coming through the coolant or something like that. You know, a blown head gasket would really, I would think it would be pretty obvious. Sometimes it's not, but I don't think that's like I think that occasion's pretty rare. But I'm gonna get this thing in the air. I'm gonna take the tray out of the bottom. I'm gonna start tearing into this thing, see if I can get this water pump out, and hopefully I can finally get this thing to stop overheating. So yeah, let me get started on that. Go ahead and throw you guys on I guess I'll go ahead and throw you guys on the time lapse. Later. Alright guys, well I'm at the point, I took the old water pump out, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. None of the teeth are busted off. It's still the plastic one, so I'm going to replace it with the newer metal one that the neighbor gave me. But kind of bummed out that this doesn't really have anything really significantly wrong with it. It spins fine, you know. I don't know. But I'm going to replace it anyway. I'll go ahead and flush the system. Just to be on the cautious side, I'll go ahead and pull the valve out and clean it and grease it. Maybe that might help because I'm going to be flushing anyway, so I'll probably have to take all that stuff apart anyhow. And I don't know, it's beating me down. I'm hoping that I took a big gamble testing, going for the water pump instead of doing the compression test and leak down. But I seriously don't think the head gasket's blown. But maybe I'm just hoping the head gasket isn't blown. So I'm taking a gamble here. So hopefully we get this right. We'll see what happens. Gonna keep going. That's all I can really do. I'm gonna take this thermostat back because it could be a dud. Because it didn't start overheating until I actually broke the old one and changed it with this one. Then it started overheating. Maybe it's because I didn't bleed it, maybe not. But I'm going to go ahead and change that thermostat too, just because. And I'm just going to keep looking for issues, man. Anything that has to do with the cooling, I'm going to go ahead and go through it. And let's just hope that we find something. All right. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I checked the voltage on this plug here, which plugs into the thermostat, just to make sure the thermostat was getting what it was supposed to get. I checked out this plug that is actually way down in here on this hose down there, and there's voltage going to that, correct voltage. I checked the voltage on the plug that connects to the heater valve, and the heater valve actually works. Like if you look right down in that hole right there, see if I can get you focused in on it. There's a little valve right down in there. Hard to see, but maybe you can see that. There's a little valve right down in there, and if you hook the power to it, it moves. But yeah, I'm just honestly just not gonna do that. So here's the deal. So what I'm gonna have to do, everything seems to be working okay. The water pump seems to be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out that thermostat because, like I said before, after I broke it and I put that one on, then it started overheating, and it could be because it had air in the system. I'm not sure, but all the other components seem to be just fine. So I'm kind of stumped. This thing's beating me up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just change the water pump. I'm gonna put in another thermostat because I think that one may be a dud, and if it's not, you know, it's a free swap out. So hey, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put BMW coolant in there. By the way, FYI, I went ahead and flushed this thing. As you can see, I've made various little contraptions to get hoses, and I put a hose in here and flushed. Down here and flushed. I just flushed just about everything I can find. So I'm pretty sure the heater core is all flushed out. I started getting everything to where it's just clear water coming out. I just use regular tap water for now just to flush all the green stuff out. But when I get ready to put in the BMW coolant, I went ahead and bought several bottles of distilled water. That way I can put BMW stuff in there, and I can put distilled water in there like it's supposed to be, because everybody's freaking out that not on my page because I don't have enough people following, but on the forums, people are freaking out about other people putting in green coolant instead of the BMW coolant and distilled water. So I'm going with that since I'm going this far anyway. So hopefully all this stuff that I do fixes the problem. I'm gonna bleed the hell out of it. I'm gonna spend as much time as I possibly have to bleeding this thing. So I'm gonna bleed every bit of air out of this thing, and then see what happens. But unfortunately, the BMW dealership is closed today, so I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow to get my BMW coolant. But for now, you know, I guess I can just start putting stuff back together. When the coolant gets here tomorrow, I'll bleed the hell out of it all day and see if it works. So wish me luck, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, I think I've cracked the case. I think I've figured out exactly what's going on with this car. It turns out that the culprit the whole time was a dud of a thermostat. Even though this thermostat was new, it's a dud. And I'm going to show you why right now. Alright, so this thermostat, I'm going to show you right in there. Try to get as close to this as I can. Now what you can see here are those little cracks down at the bottom inside of this brass. Well, it's not supposed to be cracked, and also you can tell barely that this thermostat is slightly off kilter as well. It's a brand new thermostat. It should not be cracked like that. So what I'm also going to show you is what the thermostat is supposed to look like. So I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Alright, so you can see on my phone the brass of a new thermostat is not cracked. It's smooth all the way around. That's just what the thermostat is supposed to look like. So you got that, right? Compared to that, which looks completely mangled when you compare the two pictures. So with that being said, my Sherlock Holmes deduction tells me that the thermostat is the problem, even though it's a new one. It was damaged in the box, or it wasn't built properly, so or somebody did an old switcheroo or something like that. So I'm pretty sure, I am now 98% sure that my problem is this thermostat was a piece of crap the day that I bought it, and then when I installed it, it started overheating. So yeah, I feel a lot better about that. I've gone through a lot of crap just to figure that out. But you know what? Hey, we live and we learn, man. You know, it would be really hard to spot that. So anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up here, guys. Tomorrow I gotta go to get some coolant and possibly another thermostat. Maybe I'll get a BMW one. They're kind of expensive. I'm not gonna charge the customer for that. So it's coming out of my pocket. I did make a little bit of money on a couple of these other jobs that I did, so you know, I'll just kind of recycle that back into this form, help them out, and I'll still keep a couple dollars in my pocket. I'm good. I'll be all right. So anyway, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not gonna wrap this up yet. I'll wrap it up after this thing's running and driving. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the following day, and what we're about to do is I'm about to show you what I got from BMW. So I went to BMW and I went and picked up some good old BMW coolant. I went ahead and got 2 jugs of the stuff. I didn't know how much I needed. This is full concentrate, so you have to mix it. And look, they gave me this awesome bag. It's got dog hair all over it because Foster was with me. So I went ahead and picked up a genuine BMW thermostat. I know it costs a little bit more, but the guys at AutoZone were cool. They took back the other one. They gave me my money back for it, and I even had a $20 I had one of those $20 rewards, so I ended up getting a case of brake cleaner. I go through the stuff like crazy. I was all out, so I went ahead and just got a whole case. So with the $20, yeah, so with the $20 rewards, this only came out of my pocket like 11 bucks. So that was cool. $11 for all this cleaner. Awesome. These right here, these gallons of antifreeze, they were $25 per bottle, so that got expensive. And not to mention the thermostat itself. But this is a, like I said, 100% BMW thermostat this time. And you can see right in there, ain't no cracks on that bad boy. That thing is solid. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there. I'm gonna clean up this surface right in there. Clean up the surface for it. I'm going to install that, and we're gonna bleed the heck out of this thing and see if we can't get this bad boy doing what it's supposed to do. I'm gonna time lapse it, even though I've time lapsed it before, or I've shown you before. So I'm just gonna time lapse this thing, I've gone through the whole install thing before, so I'm just gonna time lapse everything, and we're gonna see if we can't get this thing acting right. So I'll see you in a bit. This thing freaking hates me. This car hates me. Look at this belt. Ripped there. And there's a hole here. So back to the store I went and got belts. I had to replace both of them. Not that both of them were destroyed, but the other one just looked old, so and now I'm replacing belts. More money. Hopefully, this is all the money I gotta spend. Hopefully I'm done. But I don't know, but this car definitely hates me. So I'm gonna put these on, and then we can finally get to where we're going with this thing. Alright. Okay, finally, got the belts on. New belts that cost me money, and I can't afford any more. And this is the gift that keeps on giving, because that hose right here had a leak. I ended up replacing the O-ring in it. I had extra O-rings in the shop, so thank God. I pushed it on nice and tight, and it seems to be nice and dry now. So, finally. I think finally I can start putting coolant in this thing. And I'll go ahead and stick the air box on and get ready to bleed this thing, I think. I'm going to do one final check around, make sure I got everything right. Then I'm going to start bleeding this thing. I'll get back to you when everything seems to be working. Alright, later. Alright, so I got my mixture all done. Gallon of distilled. And then this is, I went ahead and did a half gallon here, half gallon there. Yeah, that should be good. It looks like it's about at the same level. So let's go and start pouring this stuff. Hopefully I sealed everything off. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out on the highway for you guys. But it seems like this mystery is solved. Now, what I did find on this car as well, it's huffing a little smoke out of the exhaust side. So I'm thinking it might have an exhaust leak. But as you can see, that thing is solid. I've been driving this thing around for a little while. The heat is off. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna take it for a highway pull real quick, just to make sure that this thing doesn't spike at all. But there is still a service engine light on there, and I put my OBD2 on there, and you know, I just haven't been able to figure that part out. So it's saying that it's giving me a bunch of codes that you know, I'll read the codes off to you maybe some other time, well, if the car needs to come back and I need to try to work with that. But basically it was just like small air leaks and stuff like that. But it could possibly be this O2 sensor where the not reading right because of this exhaust leak, or possible exhaust leak. But as you see, I'm sitting at a light, and that thing's pegged. Heat's still off. You know, I'm just gonna cruise it down the highway. Alright guys, Starting to get on the highway now. Here's the ramp. Now these BMWs handle really nice. I wish they just didn't have so many other little issues with them. But my neighbor's mother, she said that it drove really good. She said it runs nice. So I'm happy about that. So here I am. I'm going on the highway, and heat's still off, not spiking. And I'm just gonna take it down to the next exit, and we're gonna see what we got, just to make sure that this thing does not overheat. An exhaust leak I'm not really worried about. I might throw a couple of codes, but it doesn't seem like anything major. So I'm on the highway. I got her at 70 miles an hour, and she's still pegged. I'm not exceeding the speed limit. Trust me. I don't want to get in trouble. We're at a stoplight. Heater's off. Stop and go. And we're headed back. Hey, well guys, that's it. I'm back at I'm at my neighbor's house delivering the vehicle. Nothing's on. It's pegged in the middle. Sounds smooth and quiet. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, guys. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if any of the stuff that I did helped you out on your vehicle. So wrench trench.